Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. Me Matt, we're before we fall for you all here on Large Assault on the Western Front. Let's go for the players. We're the Allies today. We have Mthis line as the United States with a commander. Smoking straight at the gate with Ranger Company. We have Jacket Guest 10th United States. $10 US actually. Also the United States with a commander. And finally rounding up we have Mano as the as the British Commonwealth. There's the Germans today. We have Rachel as the Wehrmacht. Meteor End as the Wehrmacht. Orkan as the Waffen-SS. And Muro straight the gate with propaganda tactics for the Waffen-SS. We're somewhere in Germany late in the war. And there's a fine little castle on the hill here. Back from the Middle Ages. Let's see if the castle will survive this encounter. I suppose it will. I don't expect we'll see much fighting in the castle. Generally people avoid fighting in there, because once one side has it, it's very hard to overcome. I suppose most of the fighting will be situated around this quaint little town in front of the castle. Looks like we've also have a commander from Mthis line. It's going to be Airborne. With some Pathfinders calling to the front line now. We still don't have scouted ahead though. There might also be a lot of fighting up here in this northern path. Generally we see a lot of fighting along that river. This combat's going to encounter the Storm Pioneers though. Is get inside the structure, which this rifle section does not want to be anywhere near. Not a good start here for the British. Just on holding them to send against some more Waffen-SS troopers. As Orkan has gone for first assist Panzer. As Meteor has gone for Infantry Division. I recognize those icons. And Rachel with Ostdivision. So lots of potential variety here on the German side. I've been trying to hold up inside the church here, the Ranger Company, because you can recognize the two swords. So the Germans are going to try and secure the castle here with some Volkssturm, but Volkssturm cannot actually capture ground. They're considered scorched earth infantry, so they're not really allowed to capture ground. They can probably lay mines and other stuff to try to start blocking off the avenues. Yeah, block off the avenues here with barbed wire. Don't want any allies getting inside this castle. And the Americans sending more troops into the town. And he has a holding up inside the church now. Or might get overrun by the sheer amount of rifles pointed at them. Similarly, the re-echelon of the Airborne are not doing too hot. Both Grenadiers and Ustrup are going to get some good shots in here potentially. No, the re-echelon managed to get away. I guess they were reloading inside the structure. The Germans have secured the castle now. It will give them a few more resources to work with. And wait to move infantry through. And with the barbed wire covering here, they should have prevented allies from getting in. But the Germans are just ensuring that the British cannot really get any further up here. Oh, and even not killing some of the side blockers. Very smart there from the Germans. They're thinking ahead. But there are some of the negative cover there due to the barbed wire. So you need to pull back inside the structure. We have some Volkssturm taking in. Americans are remaining just outside the castle here. And we have 5 bit of Waffen-SS who brought them an MG-34. But the MG-34 cannot hit, is at least not firing for some reason. Not sure why. Church on fire. American riflemen with marching fire moving about. But it does make them an easier target while they're moving. But also on to suppress. And fire very actively on the move, as you can see. Hitler UFA stopping them. But the Americans have managed to push further up. Americans are advancing again here on the MT-34. Good rifle, not rifle, the pineapple right there. The Germans are in somewhat of trouble, but the Ostdivision was still holding on down here. They brought some PBSA just from the eastern front on their Volksgrenadiers. So now let's win out in the SMG firefight here between the American riflemen and the Volksgrenadiers. And yes, and then MG-42 is moving up now, getting a stop on these American riflemen. But the Americans still hold that central munitions point. Great being tossed inside that shed. Killing one of the Grenadiers. And the church finally burns down. Americans have an first aid station close to the front line. Good to see. Ask them to keep on fighting. You know, the Airborne are not doing so hot. They suffered heavy losses very early. The Brits just digging in and waiting for something else to do. They gotta prevent the Waffen-SS from advancing, but that just allows the Waffen-SS to dig in and take up. And well, the Germans are just fortifying what territory they gained. Are still pushing on the southern flank here somewhat. Looks like we have a silenced carbine here on the Pathfinders. The Lissel, or whatever it's called. Apparently it's just a silenced bolt action of some kind. I'm not sure what advantage it actually has. Apparently it's just effective at long range. Oh, apparently it says that the units that are hit with the that are hit by this weapon does not indicate they're being sniped at. Very intriguing. This might be considered basically a marksman rifle. But the Americans need to bring more troops, so we do have a half-track arriving here with some rangers ready to secure the roads. As the Pathfinder set up a beacon, so we're going to call in the Airborne. So might have a full airborne operation going on. 2-2 in the field here. But doesn't have a Radpanzer yet. So needs to be cautious until it gets that going. Especially when there's a 50 caliber machine gun on that half-track. So the United States Airborne might get airdropped in now. Yep, you know, looks like we have some airborne squads arriving. You can allow them to land safely. At least somewhat safely. That's 2 airborne squads. And they can get some work done when they can get in the right position and get the right equipment. Half-tracks on the move. We have a half-track around here as well for the Wehrmacht. So it's going to be a flamethrower half-track soon. And the infantry of the infantry division is having issues fighting here in the graveyards. 2-2 is going to be able to shoot down these riflemen. One tank rifle hits it though. Not looking good for the Germans all of a sudden. Yeah, they actually lost the 2-2. Now that's a huge loss. That's going to allow the Americans to kind of have the upper hand here in the town. This flamethrower half-track could come in very handy, depending on when it gets going. But bazookas are being handed out to the Airborne. They've spotted the half-track. And they've been pinned down, which means their bazooka is useless. And now the half-track turns towards the buildings. Take down one of the rifleman squads. Meanwhile, there's a lot of fighting going on the other flank. Looks like we have some Canadians in the field, so looks like Manor's gone for Royal Artillery. Trying to call in artillery in that structure, but it's going to take a while. As the Rangers mount on the half-track is on the hunt now. They need to see if they can take out this flamethrower half-track. This flamethrower half-track is doing a lot of work. Cleaning up most of the American Airborne. The half-track should be able to just pierce the German one with his 50 caliber machine gun. He just needs sights on it. He needs to swap target quickly. They can see it. And there we go, 50 caliber is opening up on it. And the 50 caliber can easily deal with German half-tracks. Because 5 floors took it out anyway. Artillery going in on the Americans in the center. Looks like Jack might have gone for US Armored. The artillery standing in their position, called in by something. After trying to assault here with the Hitler Youth. This German officer up and there in that castle that's just able to bombard them. Has taken a fire back on him. So the Germans can make good use of that at least. Hitler Youth and the Sturmgrenadiers have been able to push the Americans somewhat back. It's going to allow them to push up further. They can now see the 8th station. American half-track is arriving though, with some armored infantry being prepared behind us. But the town is now mostly in American hands. Which is not good for the Germans. Rangers also going to be very dangerous to fight against. It's gonna be Thompsons and carbines on them. Very nice choice. That's some outfits we usually see on them. Usually people go for the BARs. It's basically the double BARs, but Thompson and carbine is a nice choice. I like to see the carbine. The carbine actually allows them to suppress, because it's the 30 round version of it. See, the Airborne is also in the town, not being equipped with a 30 caliber machine gun. The Wehrmacht is trying to dig around this outskirt building. Also reclaimed by the Hauptsturmführer inside the castle. Soon enough, the Allies will recognize that the Germans are utilizing the old castle as a vantage point to call in their artillery strikes from. I wonder how long it'll take before, because meanwhile the British have just been halted outside the northern part up here. One machine gun in a very good spot there can just really prevent a lot of movement. You know, the Volkssturm are gathering up inside the castle, because that's been designated as their gathering point. As the Hauptsturmführer or Untersturmführer oversees the area. Panzer IV command tank arriving here for the Hitlerjugend. As the Airborne is trying to push up against the Stormtroopers here. Stormtroopers get mowed down. The experience on the Eastern Front are not helping too much here. You know, the Americans can just keep pushing up. They're certainly having a lot more fighting going on than the British, who have just been completely stalled. Brits have called upon mortars though to start laying down fire. They just want to try and clear out the path. Looks like the Mthis has pushed out from the castle here, but that did not help them much. The Americans had troops in position to stop them. American weapons inside the graveyards are going to last much longer. First aid station has been targeted. Smoke barrage has also been called in. It allows the Hitlerjugend to advance. The command tank to move behind it. Storm Pioneer is also coming up as well. We'll just soon learn that the machine gun's trying to move here. 50 caliber opens up from the half track. Now the Germans can know there's a 4 HQ set up here by the Americans. Big push here, Panzer IV H joining in as well. Panzer IV command tank, I mean. The Panzer IV H. But the Germans have a lot of cover to work with now. Flag hat in place for trying to be set up. That's a very risky maneuver here. Best one under fire. With a machine gunner even firing at you. There was someone flank the Airborne and Rangers are just pushing up further. Dealing with a farmhouse here with a MG-34 inside. And the German infantry trying to stop them. But the Rangers have a very good spot here. Lots of buildings to utilize themselves. Also something getting quite close, but Greg is in no way. Throwing an egg grenade of their own. Which does not do much. Smoke grenade being caught on the flag emplacement. The Germans are still trying to work on it. US armored infantry getting close. From pineapple grenades in. Which prevents the Germans from setting up the flag emplacement. But the armored infantry does die. Panzer IV command tank and Hauptsturmführer is still present. Hauptsturmführer pulls back. Untersturmführer remains, calling in a barrage. Oh, looks like a precision strike actually hit the 4 HQ. Probably called in by the Hauptsturmführer before he left. That'll certainly help the Germans in this case. The Americans have lost some ground there, but the southern flank and the rest of the town is quickly falling into American hands. The Airborne and Rangers working together is a really deadly combination, as it's two very elite infantry-based commanders able to use a lot of each other's strengths to their advantages and just coordinate very well. Let's see, meanwhile up here, not much is going on. Looks like the building has collapsed. The Brits are not really advancing much though. They relocate some stuff to help oversee the front line from the American sides. But well, the British are not really doing much, but just remaining dug in. Probably taking out to get vehicles potentially. It looks like more Canadian troops are being called in now to shore up the front line. Create the American allies. Get the clever machine gun here, man, by some Airborne. Packs it up here. Looks like we have a Hauptmann from the Wehrmacht and his Lieutenant. Sounds like a naval for shots are landing in here. Pull them by the command tank, I think. Looks tank pool moving up as well. Good to support the Wehrmacht. Some Fox Grenadiers with some Sturmgewehr. Advancing aggressively. Command tank and Looks are ready to make their move. But the Allies have firmly dug in here. Panzer 4 lost its cannon on the northern flank, on the far flank here, which allows it to not advance further. 8C gun did get dropped in, but it's a little bit too late. Because the Lux is down in clear position to prevent it. And mortar assaults landing around it. And the Americans are not going to be able to hold this position for much longer. The armored spearhead of the German army is present. Which the Airborne and the Rangers are currently not equipped that well to deal with. They do have bazookas here. They take out the Lux, that's a big deal. The Lux cleared out, they have a little bit more of a chance. But the German army is still advancing the other side. But there's a minefield set up in the way. Germans are taking heavy losses here. Shermans have been prepared behind the line. As soon as the armored Shermans of the United States military moving up. Lots of artillery going in, destroying some of the buildings, setting them ablaze, and just outright collapsing them. Panzer 4 tries to advance. Another flamethrower half has been requisitioned as well, with a Panzer 4 coming up behind. So the Germans have prepared to just clean out this town now. They want to push the Americans all the way out. And artillery strike is entering the center here. Looks like it's called by the Brits because all the shells land so quickly in succession. Brits are building up some kind of a second line of defense to support the American allies. Meanwhile, the German vehicles are just driving through the streets, ready to clear out anything in their path. The Americans need some kind of armored support here quick. Those are not going to last much longer. Especially the Germans decide to just keep pushing. Flamethrower after on the move. Oh, recoilless rifle hits the half track. And a second recoilless takes it out. Hitting out the crew. German tanks need to be cautious of all these recoillesses. Germans are now ready to arrive. The Sherman might... It's going to be pretty decent here, I think. Especially these potentially close quarters engagements. Looks like the Canadians have formed up alongside their officers. But they decide to pull back instead. Oh, zooming down the on that little point. Very nice. Humans were prepared for something. Sherman says advancing to the southern flank. Panzer 8 could flank it though. So I think the Sherman realizes, yeah, critical hit. And that's a Sherman cleared. Also, there's a mine here that hit the other Panzer 4H. The Germans will need to repair quick. But here comes 3 more Shermans! One Sherman down, ammo racked. There's a lot of Panzer 4s here to cover each other. One Panzer 4 gets taken out.
Our Panzer forces have been reduced by 1.
But Sherman's getting some decent shot-ins. Looks like we have some kind of air overwatch going on from the United States. Panzer 4 has been cleared up there. Let's see what this is. Barrage is of some kind. It's a defensive overwatch that only is in friendly and neutral territory. which actually does not really help them here, but it does scare the Germans, I think, realizing that the Allies have air superiority of some kind. When their territory gets into Allied hands, that means that the Germans cannot stay around for long. So this is going to be a problem for the Germans if they try and make a counterattack while this operation is going on. You know, the Germans are banking for another assault. Moving into the graveyard. The Canadians are formed up around them. Mano's probably blobbing a little bit too much with the British infantry. Recce team gets spotted. But here comes the strafes. Germans enter the friendly Allied territory here. But the Germans are so far being lucky, they're not being strafed too hard. Also, we have a Germany state around here for the United States, as well as the Buffalo soldiers have been called in. African American troops. They're able to United States armor as a battle group. We rarely get to see them. Basically use as static infantry for the most part. Can they mines and build fortifications, however, which is pretty handy. But they're fairly low quality infantry.
Captain just took the battlefield.
Here comes more strafing runs. Hitting those panzer grenadiers. That's gonna force them off. Doing a lot of work right there. Well, you see it's being with precision for the armor company. And artillery has been called in here. Looks like they're coming for another strafe. I was just strafing the same area. But the Germans should probably look invested to get some AA now that they know that the Allies have the superiority. So the heads are coming up as well. So here's a flag emplacement set up. We're going to be set up. And the part of this is HQ structures to serve as AA. The third tier one, that is. As you can see, already busily working away at all the planes when they see them. They're not doing too well on it. They need more dedicated AA. Repair station set up here by the United States. Very good. Panzer 48 tries to threaten the town again. Panzer also opens fire. Just not clearing the path, probably to wreck this part of the town. Yeah, this town is suffering heavily from this war. Gonna kill on top thanks to the 50 caliber machine gun strafes. More and more flag in place for being prepared by the Germans, so good to see. That's what you want to have about when the enemy has a lot of air. What's it here by the Brits? ECS are in the center. But there are some anti-tank equipment standing around. There's some Panzerjägers. So as the Fuß opens fire, more artillery gets called in. Doesn't hit too much, but does stun most of the Allied forces. Actually, it hit around some of the Canadians back there. You know, the Germans are preparing to counter assault here. They're running into machine guns. That's what Jay's doing, trying to do its best to assault here. The Sherman's ready for action again. I think the Germans know there's a lot of Shermans now. And that's not going to be easy to deal with unless they have more Panzer support. ECAs is trying to push the center again. Or at least one ECA it is. Awful soldiers being used to move ahead and try and secure the ground. But under fire, no less. The Buffalo soldiers have to pull back after that. Didn't help them too much. Panzer 1 is still looking around. There's complete silence on the northern road. Because the British is just going to completely ignore it and focus support in the center here. But kind of as I predicted, there would be like no fighting in the castle. Castle just there and it has been mined by the looks of it. Easy is trying to advance here. Easy is a very potent tank, but it's under a lot of pressure there. But the Sherman's advancing though. And Sherman's en masse are very hard to deal with. As you can see, that's just a lot of cannons and a lot of machine guns. You're about landing on him. Almost takes out one Sherman. But another Panzer gets taken out. Panzer gets another one. Panzer gets another one. They're all very heavily damaged. Smoke pop. Panzer Grenadiers on the flank actually. But they're being suppressed. Can take out two of them. Until we clears up more of the town. Nashim has to pull back for repairs. As the Germans are now preparing for another counter assault, but run into the machine gun again. Panzerjägers and Panzerfusses are being prepared by the rest of the Germans. The Allies keeps trying to push alongside the graveyard area. Lots of fire still being exchanged. So there's a dive bomb, not even a dive bomb, but a big bomb there from the P-47. Doing a lot of damage there to the German front line, destroying a forward HQ. Not looking good for the Germans there. All of a sudden they've lost a lot of stuff, and the village is mostly in the hands of the Allied forces. It's giving them a lot of resources to work with. There's been no pushing on that northern road, but it's not really a problem here for the Allies, I think. So it's cruise rockets going in. Doing a fair amount of light damage. It's Sherman on the move. So he needs to figure out where he wants to go once it's ready for action. Germans trying to secure more points again, but the machine gun is still preventing them. Panzer is now trying to take a position to try and support. Sherman's on the move here to try and prevent the Germans from securing more ground. Able to pin them. As the next wave of Wehrmacht troops arrive. Germans also pushing for the center here again. But they're under some fire. Looks like it's going to be a land mattress somewhere. I think that's a land mattress with how the rockets are landing, but I could be mistaken. It seems like it would be a land mattress. No, it was that a land mattress? What was it? Was it a Calliope? No? I'm not sure what all that barraging was then. You got so with the easy hits on the move again. And there's not a lot here to stop. Actually, never mind. Pack. And Pack 88, Pack 43, and also a Tiger tank. Yeah, never mind. I don't think the ECS can push from the front like that. And if it could swing around, that's where the money is at. I think it's just swinging around. It's not that easy. But the Allies are again securing ground. Looks like we have a pack house here dropped in for the Airborne's use. A small artillery piece. A howitzer, as you can obviously guess. But the Allies are all still getting more and more ground. But the captain is preparing in some kind of strike. He's calling in another dive bomb. Well, not be a dive bomb, just a bomb strike. But Germans preparing something in return. But the American captain got his thing off. He needs to move though. Here comes the bomb. Takes out the Bungus gunner. E-47 is a very hard plane to take down. It's actually quite armored. So the Tiger tank is advancing here with some supports. Tiger Ace is moving forwards. Off class remaining nearby. But hit by a 17-pounder. So we have Canadian infantry and the Mthis are being pushed forwards. Panzer IV gets taken out by the EC8. Basically out of control here, which means it'll soon get destroyed. More rockets going in from the Sugus, aiming around the British artillery. Takes out one Sherman though. We also have an Elephant arriving here. A very heavy Panzerjäger available to the Wehrmacht, the Ostdivision on the Eastern Front generally. But also on the Western Front, evidently. I need to pour myself some more water here. Got myself a large bottle of sparkling water. A bowl of water, as the British would say. But I am not British, I am Danish. There we go. Got myself my water. Black emplacement gets taken out there before it was built. And so we have some M10s being prepared here by the Airborne support. We also have a Major from the Airborne on the field. I think the Airborne Major is actually a proper combat unit, unlike most of the other Majors from the United States. This guy can actually lead from the front line and get a lot of work done. Harman is calling in some kind of strike though. It's going to be a concentrated barrage. Probably around here. Oh, it's going to be for that machine gun. That's actually a smart move. Once get rid of that one. That's been a pain for a while. But concentrated is actually goes for units, I believe. Takes out the building and actually hits well, many of the Airborne there. So that Major has to get back. Panzer IV Aegis are being repositioned for the Wehrmacht. They've lost a lot of the infantry though. Elephant is probably stabilized the center here of the American tiny tank pushes. Tiger tank on the move. Panzer IV leads the way. 17-pounders though are still present. There's two 17-pounders, but the Tiger tank holds up. I suppose loaded. Takes out the crew of one 17-pounder. But the other 17-pounder managed to get a good shot in. Panzer tank now in the field. A very good tank. But the 17-pounder seems to do some good damage there. Looks like the American captain here from the range turns upon some kind of barrage. I wonder if we'll ever get to see the Ranger Major, because he can use the Black Dragon, I'm pretty sure. Not Black Dragon, Long Tom I think it is now. I think they removed the Black Dragon. Ooh, there's more got taken up behind them. But you meant to call it a barrage of its own. It's gonna be 105 fire mission. Which is just widespread 105 as you can see. I guess neither side is sure what to do at the moment. Also double Panzerwerfers moving up to support the Panzer IV-J and the Tiger Aces to make that push for the center. Panther and Lux are going to support them. So a full-on ensemble of Panzers here. The whole family. But the EC8s are gathered up to face them soon. Now we also have a howitzer here for the British artillery commander. Not a big surprise, the 5.5 inch. Now the Germans have to deal with super heavy artillery firing on them constantly, which can do a lot of work. That's for lost its gun. These hits are just waiting and waiting. Intense slowly creeping up here. They can support the Shermans on here somewhat. Or Sherman, rather. But that elephant is just going to take out Shermans one by one with no issue. And the Ostrom are just pushing up here, screening ahead. And doing their work as one would expect of them. Oh, that's an American anti-tank mine. Does that then not go off when the Ostrom moved over it? So if the Germans don't have a minesweeper with them, that tank, so that could get detracked. United States Air Force keeping an eye on the area. No, never mind, the mine is spotted. And they've cleared it out. But the 50 caliber is starting to rip into the Germans. So they have to pull back and stay out of Allied territory. But it's easier said than done. And tries to move on the flank here, but gets hit by something. And then takes a shot, gets taken out. As more and more strafing goes on, looks like the Germans trying to scavenge the AT gun down here for some resources. And you get some out of it. And I imagine the flak guns are hopefully doing their work. I think it needs to be all to target air as their priority. Be the most efficient at it. They also have an Ostwind here, so they brought out some proper anti-air. But there's a lot of planes they have to focus on. So the E-States are gonna start heading southwards for some reason. I wonder if they have a plan with that. I suppose Super rockets land around the tanks, or at least in a nearby street. Panther pushes up. But E-States are not gonna duel with a Panther at long range. As more artillery goes in, more rockets. Demolishing more of the town. Tiger shows himself. Takes out the E-State by one shot. Now the E-State gets cleared out. Mthis in deep trouble. Does hit one in the Panzer Force. But Tiger clears it out. Ostrom then make their approach with the rest of the Panzer forces. They intend to drive the Allies out of the town now that they have the chance. They plan to not let up, I imagine. As the Allies still try to bring in more and more vehicles. Chipping and singing by the Panzer 4H down here as the Stormtroopers now come up behind. Panther needs to pull back for some repairs. We have a Pershing in the center now. An American heavy tank. Probably their only heavy tank, actually, to be specific. Fairly decent vehicle, but I would not consider it a heavy tank, really. I think it was actually classified as a medium tank after the war. That's a reclassification. And the Germans have secured much of the town again. It's gonna be a very hard one to swallow for the United States Airborne. Because the Rangers are bringing in some kind of support here. It's gonna be a jumbo Sherman. And this Sherman actually has more frontal armor than that Pershing there in the center has. I think it's the most armored vehicle the United States have access to. What it is basically just a Sherman 76 with a lot of extra armor attached to it. They can get the work done if it's in the right position. Because Germans actually have issues penetrating this thing. But there's an elephant. I don't think the elephant is going to have issues. Never mind, it has failed to penetrate twice. Panzer 4 manages to penetrate. Jumbo's armor is holding up for now, but it won't hold forever. Oh, Elephant takes it out. But the jump did last for a while. But the Germans starting to build up some panzer numbers. Christian was pulled back for repairs. Another M10 arriving here in the fields. It's not looking well for the Allied force at all. But soon the Germans should have the means to just advance. And I mean advance, like non-stop. Let me just get my watch off. It's starting to annoy my wrist now. I've had it on all day. Looks like we have another... That's a Firefly, Sherman Firefly arriving here. New to the British, it's basically a Sherman that's been modified to have a 17-pounder attached to it. Panzer still wreaking havoc through the outskirts of the streets. Not very easy for the Allies to deal with them.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
That's a lot of Panzer force. M10 tries to get a flank shot there, but fails to hit. There's the penetrate again. Not looking good for the Americans here. Suddenly the Germans have turned this battle around. The use of higher tier weaponry.
Rifle squad ready for action. HMG squad ready for action.
Base 5.5 inch houses are trying to fight back though. But so far it's not an easy fight. Pershing also moved to the southern flank now. Gets taken out though. Those Panzer forces are just so many Panzer forces down here. Takes out one of the Panzer force. So sort of a jumbo arriving. The E6 decides to pull back in his last need repair, so it gets ammo cleared. Ammo cooked rather. What this is going on looks like the Mthis is preparing for a push up here with triple flamethrower half track. The Brits have not prepared much anti-tank. They do have 280 guns though. But 80 guns are getting overrun by flames. He's one of them were. The flames are just taking out the rest of the defense. Yeah, I don't think the British were prepared for a sudden push of flamethrower half tracks here. What is going on there? I still have the Panthers in the center to support the rest of the forces. Another Panther 4 gets cleared out. Panther 4 numbers are pinning. More also arriving still. And the Germans managed to push up further here. Oxford secured on the beach here to work from. The flamethrower attacks on the move. They might get into the Allied base. Oh, this is catastrophic for the Brits. As the flamethrower is going to start again to work, but the base defense being a 50 caliber machine gun for the United States is enough to take it out. And there's also an EC-8 nearby. That could have been worse, but the base defense locked out being an American one. The 50 caliber machine gun can most certainly be beat for such things easily. Waterloo goes in. There's lots of artillery here. Panthers are under a lot of heavy fire. I guess it starts to advance too. Can the Allies stop all this panzer that's starting to arrive?
We lost an infantry unit.
Is that going to be Composite B? Yeah, they got Composite B in the Tiger Race. And that basically destroys some of their mobility. I feel that Tiger Race might be stuck. Yeah, it is stuck. Jumbo tank nearby, but the Panzer Force getting on the flank. That's a lot of Panzer Force. And they're quickly trying to repair that Tiger Race's tracks. Looks like their truck will be able to do that. Yep, the Tigers can move again. Ooh, and the Panzer Force got some good flanking shots there under Pershing. Another Panzer Force gets cleared out. Pershing manages to back off. Light Force being used by the pack cards they've stolen. And more rockets going in. I don't think the Allies can make a comeback from this. Panzer Force is still in the assault. As more tanks get completely wiped out. As more artillery hits, looks like another Firefly gets taken out by artillery, I think. Or might actually be taken out by a Panther. But it's not looking good here. Panzer Force are advancing again. And aim to just drive over the Airborne this time. Composite B has been thrown though. The Airborne suffer heavily. Even then, the Composite B doesn't actually fully destroy the Panzer IV. US Airborne has lost every single unit they had in the field. It's not going to be recoverable, I think, anymore. But he's still trying.
Airdrop runs now available.
As more Shermans still arriving as well. Oh, looks like it is managed to scorch Earth at this point. Which means the will need to be repaired before someone can use this point. But I think the Allies have probably lost at this point as the Panthers now advancing towards the base. Pershing are trying to intercept, but the Panthers can actually fight the Pershing somewhat. Good shot there from the Pershing though, but I think it's too late. Then the Panthers can repair again and reload faster. Oh, oh, no, so far. Pershing's actually threatening them.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
Oh, lucky for the Panthers. Tigers tries to advance here, trying to deal with all the Shermans. There's another Sherman there. Ice run being loaded. Well, yeah, I think the Allies might not be able to do this. Tiger stops missed though. I suspect the Allies are running out of munitions soon to work with. More rockets landing in around the British troops. While the shipping gets cleared out. Here's the Elephant now advancing. Germans are tightening the noose. And while this is going on, the Germans are also preparing for an Austrian flamethrower attack for the northern flank. So they're going to try to just base destroy it. But at this point, the Allies surrender. The battle is over. I hope you all enjoyed. And I shall see you on the next one. Bye bye.